Everything good, everything good. Just want to make sure everything's right. So hopefully everybody's doing great. So I'm just chilling out right now before things get a little crazy tomorrow. Just chilling out a little bit and just chilling out right now. And if anybody's in the chat, let me know. I don't have my camera set up because, again, still tweaking things a little bit. You know, still tweaking things a little constantly in my setup and whatnot. The last time I did this, I didn't have a microphone for this, for my set. I had my headset microphone, actually. So let me not do that. Yeah, let me not do that again. Wow. Let me get back to. Let's get some dueling going on. And yeah. Just want to make sure. Just checking on a few things on my phone. Sorry. Again. I'm not gonna lie, low key, this game has some good music. Okay. Who is this? Oh, okay. 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 I know what this is. Sorry. Whoa. Whoa. Alright. Okay. Okay, now. Alright. just chill out, my man. I'm checking out the score for my Knicks right now. Relax. Alright. Let's get this. Deal some damage right now. Let's deal some damage. No. All right. All right. Get that. Too bad I still haven't. Oh, that's gonna hurt. All right. There we go. There we go. There we go. So I'm just chilling out now. I have a performance at Carnegie Hall. It's gonna be an all-day thing. Especially at I gotta be there like 8 o'clock first thing in the morning. So I'm just taking it nice and easy. And nice and easy. Ooh. That's not gonna be good. But that can be remedied. That can be remedied. That can always be remedied. And I'm actually testing our new microphone that I have just for strictly for gaming. So whatnot. Alright, okay. I already answered that request. Oh God, oh God. Hear me yawn on the stream. Alright, got all that. Alright, main phase 2. Alright, we got that done and over with. Got that done and over with. Dust tornado. There we go. Let's get some damage. Let's get some damage. Let's get some damage. Let's get some damage in. Get some damage in right now. And we got that going right now. This is over. This is over. Beat the living hell out of you. All right, there we go. Now, fight the Korean. No, I want to fight the Korean. Where's the Korean? You can't be the only one with 600. You know what? How about I duel you? Alright. Let's get things up right now with this. And I'll set you. Oh God. Oh God. Of course, he made a direct attack. All right. All right. Well, before you knock that off, of course, allow me to get that. Well played. Well played. Well played. But you're gonna hate me. Oh, that's going to suck. That is going to suck. And so, I was following a wrestling content creators channel. They did a stream along after AEW Dynamite, and maybe what I said got some people rightfully took it in the context that they did, but I'm going to double down on what I said. Basically, what I said was Mercedes Moné winning all the championships and having them all does the women's division no favors, especially when you, and I still stand by this, and I will forever stand by this. When you win all the belts as a heel, and then you start to go undefeated, and you've been going undefeated, like she's 26-0. Like, what good does it do to women's division if effectively, creatively, this is Tony Khan too. And I'm gonna put some of this on Mercedes because she's a vet and she should know better. You have to know better. Like, you just have to know better than to yes, she's one of your big investments, and rightfully so, but damn, you have to have her win every single damn belt and then go undefeated? Like, especially when there's credible women in that division. Chris Statlander, I don't know where Camille is, but Megan Bain, Willow Nightingale, Harley Cameron. That's just to name some of the few. Athena, who you served up to Mercedes to be a casualty. I think Chris Statlander was twice, and you served her up to be a casualty twice. And it's just one of those, creatively, you're saying none of you will ever be credible enough to be big in this industry by feeding them to Mercedes to lose and to have all those fucking belts. You basically are telling them you're not good enough to be a draw or to be credible enough to be represented as a champion of this division. The division that has talent. But to say that they're not good enough to be champions, that they're not good enough to beat Mercedes, that's a little crazy. It's like, if you're going up against a dominant force or a player you just can't, then nobody cannot beat. And you've done everything. That player's been the player's roadblock, and there's been great players For example, Michael Jordan, that infamously comes to mind. LeBron James. And then you have players like Bradley Beal, Paul George, that just couldn't get past LeBron. And it's just like, you're a great player, but you weren't that guy. You weren't good enough to be that guy to beat LeBron. Or Charles Barkley, John Stockton. You guys just weren't it. Karl Malone weren't the guy that could get past Michael Jordan. He kept y'all from getting in the ring. Like, y'all were good, but you weren't the guy. But creatively, because you're in control of that, that's what you're telling the women's division. You're saying, and that's why, even though they say you didn't bury, I am standing by that. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. You have buried that division creatively because you said they're not good enough to be the women, to be that person that can carry this division or let alone represent the division with the belt. And there are great talents in that division, but it's just like, you're basically telling that women's division you have no credibility to be the star in this to be the stars in this division. And you do it no favors when I believe I'd rather see someone with like yeah, my gripes, fucking gripes that I had. It's crazy. And they'll say, well, you're just hating. I'm not hating. You creatively are saying they're not creative. They're not, we don't believe in you. You're not good enough. Like, you're not worth it. That's what they basically told you. Oh my God. No. I want. Where's that damn Karyu Shin? Like, God, Lee. Okay. I think if I remember that's what you basically told the women's division. You're not good enough. You're just not good enough. You're just not good enough. Sylphid. Yeah. That's where I draw it from. I get it, it's not the same sport, but like, credibility has to matter when you're building stars. And when you creatively bury the division that way, you're basically telling them, we don't believe you. We don't believe in you. You're not the dude. You're not that guy. And you're basically saying it's just Mercedes because of what I paid for her. You're not worth it. You're not that guy. So, and yeah, they said you didn't bury the division. That was Hogan. Hogan buried because of his politics. But to say that Mercedes, because you paid all that money for her, and then they played when black women, I don't want to hear that black women bullshit. I don't want to hear black people bullshit. Like, there's times where you could talk about the culture and stuff. This isn't one of them. Because when Charlotte Flair was doing that to Sasha Banks or Mercedes in WWE, it's the same shit. Why is it okay for Mercedes creatively to do the same thing? Even if Tony Khan is the one that has creative, you're telling me Mercedes, you're okay with going with this? You know how it went down with WWE with Charlotte and all that. Why would you do that? What makes that fucking okay? What makes that any better if not okay for you to do that? Other than that, like AEW, I'm gonna say this right now. All in right now, because I'm gonna be really honest. When it comes to the pay-per-view, you know what? This will be that AEW. I'll watch All In, because right now I have. It's crazy to say this. Yes, AEW doesn't have much leeway for it, but when it comes to what you want, we're looking for what? I'll spend that $50 for a pay-per-view. I will spend that $50 for a pay-per-view to watch All In and have expectations to look forward to. Yes, there are creative loopholes that don't make sense, but WWE right now has been putting some I know you like to brag, your shit don't stink, but lean a bit closer and your creators smell like Because Saturday night main event was mainly full of commercials, and it was horrible. Horrible. Fucking horrible. Fucking horrible to sit through. That shit was doo-doo to sit through. Commercial after commercial after commercial after commercial after commercial. Good. Fuck. It was horrible, man. Good grief. Commercial after commercial after commercial after commercial after commercial. Yo, that was so annoying. So damn annoying. And it wasn't even all that good because you gave us more commercials than it felt like you gave wrestling. And the wrestling was like, you know what? Yeah. Why didn't CM Punk, Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins get more time? And John Cena versus R-Truth? And I don't know, it just rubs me the wrong way that R-Truth has been reduced to nothing but a cartoonish black gimmick. I don't like that. It's getting annoying to see this R-Truth bullshit gimmick. Honestly. Like this gimmick, and so I watched Dietrich Davis, New Wrestling World Order, and he made a very compelling video, and I'm just sitting here like, and I had to think about it. He was talking about like how Samoans are allowed to be more black than the actual black wrestlers, the actual African Americans on the damn roster. Like, now I will say this: when it comes to NXT, Shawn Michaels is allowing them to rep the culture the way they, because obviously Javon Evans, Trick Williams, who else? Is it Obafemi? they're allowed to be represent the culture and actually be who they are authentically of the culture. But and it's something I'm like, maybe it's just me, because I remember a little bit when I got back into it that when Carmelo was in NXT, I'm like, yo, I liked you better in NXT. What's the deal? But then again, they got him doing him dirty by pairing him with The Miz. It's the corniest shit. Like, and I really like Carmelo Hayes. I want him to get the fuck away from The Miz so badly. He has to get away. Get away! Like, he needs to get away, like, today. This second. Right now. But yeah, and again, I'm not mad at Jacob Fatu or the Samoans in general. I'm like, maybe that's who they are authentically like that, but I'm like, they're allowed to be more black, rep the black culture, than the actual African Americans you have on the main roster. And I say main roster because, again, if you will look at the NXT roster, the developmental NXT roster, yo, they are like, they're just more authentically of the culture. They're who they are, and they're not being held back without penalty or nothing. They're just straight up doing it. And yeah. So yeah, it's oh yeah, oh no, oh yes. But it's interesting, like they are getting handicapped of the culture to represent the culture that they're meant to. And I thought about it, I'm like, Triple H said he don't see color. That is a lie. That is absolutely a lie. Because I remember, and it's funny watching that video. And I think it was brought up how Triple H did Booker T dirty at WrestleMania 19. That was a burial. Especially you say, when I see people like you with your hair, I don't envision you singing and dance for me, Booker. That's what people like you do. People like you are meant to sing and dance. I'm paraphrasing, but that's what the fuck he said. I'm like, hold up, really? And then you started, especially, I want to say it wasn't DX. Was it him that wore blackface? I think it was Triple H that wore blackface to emulate Mark Henry. Or it was against the Nation of Domination. I'm like, oh, that's how you want to get down. That's how we get down. Got it. But you don't see color. You do see color. You just see it in the way you want, how you envision people of a certain color, how you see people of a certain color, and what they should be, what they do, what they should do, and how you, yeah. Now I veered off on this from the Mercedes. Monet, creatively going undefeated and having every single belt. And it's funny because I'm watching Dark Side of the Ring against, that was talking about the Sheik. And it's funny, it's just apropos to Mercedes. And Jim Cornette, although he's biased too, but there's truth to what he said. When you book someone, or you book yourself if you're the promoter, as a heel to go undefeated and have the championship and go undefeated, nobody's gonna want to come see you because eventually you're like, yo, somebody need to beat this motherfucker. Nobody's gonna beat him. Why should I come see you? What's the point of having all these wrestlers if none of them can beat you? Like, we don't believe you. So, yeah. It's just, yeah. It's just one of those creatively, that's just bad booking. That's just very bad booking. Very bad booking. To book your talents like that, you created, effectively have buried the division by booking like that. You have effectively have buried the division by booking the way you've booked. And it ain't like, until it happens, nobody's gonna believe that you have the best interests of your women except for Mercedes. Until you actually book them to so it's just one of those, like, you know, don't rush when you're cruising. And just for that, you're gonna have to deal with this. Deal with this attack. Ooh, that ain't good. That ain't good for you now, ain't it? It's not so much that, and honestly, I'm still getting on Mercedes about that because you're the vet. You should know better what it does when you book like that, to be booked like that. And you didn't like it again when Charlotte, and again, when Charlotte was like that, like, you didn't like that. Why would you do that to the women that your colleagues you're working with, the women you're working with in AEW? Knowing how you felt about it in WWE. You're the vet. You can't slide with that shit. Alright. Check up on the Knicks. Good grief. Good grief. Good grief. Alright. Still third quarter. There's still time. This is over. this is over. Oh, this is over. And again, if you missed it, I stemmed having Mercedes, even though she's your investment, holding all the belts and going undefeated, to you take away all credibility of wrestlers who the fans are way more interested in seeing, or have more interest in seeing, than Mercedes at times. Why are you sad, Kariushin? Why are you sad? Why are you sad? I equated it to when there was a dominant player in an era of any sport. Again, I go back to basketball. Michael Jordan in the 90s. He was dominating everybody, even though I viewed it as more, it wasn't just him, it was the Bulls, but still, he was the face of it. And when he was a dominant force. And it was always him, but it was always Michael Jordan never allowed a Game 7 in the finals. And he beat Charles Barkley. He beat John Stockton twice. Clyde Drexler. Players: John Stockton, Karl Malone, Charles Barkley, Reggie Miller, Patrick Ewing. Guys that never got to win a championship. Although Reggie did just lose to Michael Jordan. He lost to Shaq and Kobe. And same with Patrick Ewing. He lost to the Spurs. When he got his chance in the finals, actually he lost to Hakeem Olajuwon and Tim Duncan and David Robinson in the Spurs. So when he had his chance, he didn't get there. But the point being is that Jordan, he was so dominant that there are players who were good enough to win a chip that never won the chip. Just never won the chip. Charles Barkley has to live with the fact that he's come to peace with it because of the Hall of Fame career and whatnot, but he never won the chip. John Stockton, Karl Malone. They're great players, just never won a chip. Karl Malone, one of the greatest scorers in the history of the game, never won a chip. Won an MVP, I believe. One or two times. Never won a chip. And it's just like you just not that guy. John Stockton, who I believe made Karl Malone, you're not that guy. You're not that guy. Reggie Miller, you're not that guy. Even though you're a great player, you just couldn't win against Michael. Now imagine, as creative, you effectively have booked your talent that way. By booking Mercedes to go undefeated as a heel, having every single damn belt known to man. I hope Toni Storm wins. But then again, what does that do? When Toni Storm's already, prior to Mercedes coming in, she is the superstar. And no one else, you're saying, fuck the rest of y'all. Y'all not worth it. You're beneath me. You're not worth it. That's what you basically have done to them. You creatively buried them with that scenario that I made the comparison to. Dominant player that just holds everybody from winning a chip. Holds his competition from winning the chip. That's what you've effectively done creatively. And you, as creative, have made that happen. And Mercedes, again, as a vet, you're okay with that? Isn't that part of the reason why you left WWE? Part of it was Charlotte Flair. And Charlotte Flair was, I can't stand Charlotte Flair. I like Mercedes. But damn. I get it. We might not hear about these other talents in the women's division roster But it shouldn't have to come down to them being served up to Mercedes. They're talented, but they're being served up to Mercedes to lose. If anybody is chilling with me in the stream, listening to this, just give a shout out if you are here. And fine if I can't say Mercedes buried the division, but you are the face of everything that I'm talking about. You and Tony Khan are the face of it. And then if it's not that, and then you have people who are just fucking flat out terrible. The Death Rider storyline and Jon Moxley. You can tell he's booking his own shit. And Tony Khan's letting that happen. Like, this is hot. This is Hangman, save AEW from this shit. Please. Please. Hit the reset button. Take the belt off of Moxley. Take it off of him. Now. Now. Take the damn belt off of him. Oh, I gotta skip my draw phase. Fuck. Fucking Finn Ryer. I got an answer for you. That's my answer to you. Sorry if it seems like I'm just ranting about this, but I get that people say it's not a burial you're hating. I'm not hating. I'm just presenting a scenario, and I made a comparison about how as much as you don't like that creative, and other sports where it's not creative dependent, like basketball, football, NHL, whatever, if that happens, and you're ready to say, oh, you just never were that dude creatively. You were just never that athlete that you're great, but you ain't him. And the only reason why you're Hall of Famer because you have great stats and whatnot. You made all these All-Stars, but you're not that player. You're not that guy. That guy was way better than you. That's effectively creatively what Tony Khan and Mercedes, once again, are doing to the women's division. That's the narrative that saying that the women's division is buried. Okay. Because he destroyed my monster. I had to skip my draw phase. Sorry if you hear me talking about WWE wrestling while playing Yu-Gi-Oh! But, yeah. It's not looking good for the Knicks right now. Not looking good. Not looking good. Ooh, that wasn't good. That wasn't good. I made a mistake my previous turn. What the? Okay. didn't you attack? Alright, makes no sense. Alright. Yeah. Alright. I got 2 monsters. The hell? Not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet. If he's not going to attack, then I don't know what he's doing. Smart. Okay. Wow. Wow. I gotta get my get back against you. Of course it looks happy. Let me get my get back against you. No. 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 Come on. Come on. You've got to be kidding me. Yep. Much appreciated, sir. Much appreciated. All right. All right. Bye-bye. 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 Okay. I can still pull this off. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I can't allow you to do that. Now I'm gonna activate my other trap, Dust Tornado. And that could have done something sometime in the future for you. But I'm not gonna allow that today. I'm not gonna allow that today. Ooh. All right. Alright, let me continue with the onslaught, baby. Let me continue with the onslaught. So for those of you who are watching, I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship 2008. Just chilling out in there right now. I have a performance at Carnegie Hall tomorrow with the choir that my college professor invited me for. And just taking it nice and easy. I had a little rant about my thoughts on is it aimed at AEW? Yes, but it's more so creative, that a certain aspect of creative that really irked me, and a veteran talent that people get. The point was, it was Mercedes Moné. She holds all the belts. She's undefeated. And love her, but holding all the belts and serving up the talents in the division just for them to lose to you, especially there are great talents in the women's division, just for them to lose to you, it's just like you're basically saying none of the other women are good enough to be the stars, to represent as top stars in the women's division. I paid all this money for you, but you're gonna serve them up to lose like that. It doesn't do the division any good. All right. I think I got an idea. It's gonna be a little bit risky, but I gotta try it. Bang. Just no. Wait. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah. No, thank you. Gonna have to put the clamps on this right now. Oh Lord. All right, here we go. All right. Set. I just wish I. All right, here we go. In order for him to do something like that, would fry him, and I just need to get rid. Whoa! Whoa! Here we go. Here we go. All right. If I had the Medusa worm, that would get clean of this monster. Then get rid of his monster, put it in the graveyard. That's what it would do. Perfect. Just what I needed. Okay. Oh, whoa. Oh. Perfect. Just what I needed. That should keep him out so that he can't do any bullshit. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Mistake you just made. Game. Yeah. There we go. Come on, Nix. Come on. Perfect. 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 So if you're in the stream, say hello. Where you from? How you doing? Whatnot. What can I do? Not yet, not yet. Gotta get pressing on the offense. Gotta keep pressing on the offense. Let's see how this goes. Go figure. Go figure. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, I'm not gonna allow you to do that. Golly. Oof. I'm not gonna be able to last with. Oh, those are damn attacks. There we go. There we go. Yeah. I cannot allow that to happen. Boom. 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 Oh yeah. That's what I'm gonna have to do for now. This duel is over. This duel is over. No. All right. Nice, nice, nice. Alright. Okay. That could be handy. So you know. We don't want to need that. Okay. Actually, that would be a good card. I got a couple. I got a few in here, actually. That would actually be ideal. trying to make a hybrid. Okay. Whew. Actually, nope, nope. That should be good. Only one way to find out if this works or not. First things first. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, I got something for you. Bet you won't be doing that now. Here we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ooh. That's not good. Oh, that is not good. Oh yeah. Alright guys, I'm starting to fade a little bit. So I'm gonna call the stream right here. If you were in the stream, glad you could stop on by. Otherwise, I gotta get ready for a performance tomorrow, so I'm gonna call it a night. So if you were here, glad you were here. If you caught me ranting a little bit, it's part of being a fan. Otherwise, have a